We're going to make green bean almondine the way you should have it, fresh, with fresh ingredients and not a lot of salt. So in place of those onions in the can, I like to use leeks. And if you're not familiar with leeks, this is what they look like. So I cut them off right about here where the green starts to turn color from light green to dark green. This you could use for soup, but we're not doing that today. And then, if they're dirty, you really have to wash these. Oh, the gods are with me, because this one is nice and clean, you see? So all we want to do here is cut these up to rings, half rings, and we're going to put these in some canola oil. All we're going to do is cook these until they start to turn golden brown. So there they are. Here in this pan, I have some oil. You turn that burner off because we don't need that. So we're going to get some oil going. This is just vegetable oil. You don't want to use olive oil for this because it would just be too heavy. So we want to get that hot. That isn't where I want it just yet. So we're going to let that get hot. So this is going to be the onion part of this. Again, here we have our green beans already cooked, still with a little bit of crunch. So now, to do the cream part of this, we are going to make a cream sauce. And how do you do that? Well, let me show you. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil right here. You want to know about 2 tablespoons. That's about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And to that, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of flour. We're going to make something called a roux. Let's put the flour in. And then I start whisking this. You want to get something here that's pasty. Looks like a paste, but you don't want to burn it. So use your whisk and get it into a nice even paste. This is going to help thicken the liquid that you're going to put in here. And for the liquid, you could use milk. That would be acceptable. Or if you didn't want to use milk, you could use a vegetable broth. You could use a chicken broth. I'm going to use a chicken broth. And a trick to making any kind of a cream sauce is to add the liquid warm. You don't want to bring down the temperature of what's in the pan. So I add it a little bit at a time. So you have to stay with this. You can't really go off and watch your favorite TV program. So you really want to stick with this until it starts to thicken. We're going to flavor it now with some salt. And here you have options. If you wanted to add a little bit of nutmeg to this, that would be great too. We're going to give it a little bit of coarse black pepper. So you want that to coat the back of a spoon, thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. And then it's a matter of just putting it over those green beans. And you'll know it's ready by just testing it with a spoon. So let me see where we are. The cook's allowed. So you see how it's just starting to coat the back of a spoon. You don't want it too thick because you don't want it to be real pasty on the beans. Okay, that looks good. Has enough salt, so I can take this off. This is going to go off. And we're going to take it, put it right over the beans, just like that. How quick is this? You can make this as fast as it takes you to open a can of cream of mushroom soup. You notice I didn't use mushrooms for this. Okay, now we want to just mix that really well. And we want to give this a little bit of lemon juice. That's just going to bump up the flavor. Just a little lemon juice in there. Tablespoon is enough. That's looking really good. So now we're going to put this in our casserole dish, which is right here. Transfer that out. Get out your best dish because, of course, you're serving this in the dish that you're baking it in. Doesn't that look good already? But we're not done, because now we're going to add the almonds to this. And here they are. You can use slivered almonds. Let me see how we're doing on oil. get that up to speed. And a way to test is to take a little piece and to put it in. Let's just see. I think we have liftoff. So I'm going to put all of those pieces in. And I'm going to watch this now. Back to this part. So now we put the almonds over the top, just like this. Isn't this beautiful? Your oven is on at 350 degrees. And you're going to bake this for about, 25 to 35 minutes until it's nice and bubbly. So in it goes. And when it comes out, that's when you put on the little crispies of your leeks.